Bitcoin kicked off the week with strength, breaking above the $85,000 zone. Today, I will show you what the charts, macro signals, and derivative flows are telling us. We'll break down where Bitcoin might head next and what it means for altcoins and meme coins, especially if this breakout holds. Let's dive in. Yeah, Bitcoin. All right. Bitcoin chart looking beautiful right now. Look at this breakout. Very strong. We mentioned it's getting close to the areas that we've mentioned yesterday. Analysis has been pretty much right on. So the breakout is confirmed now, for now, right? Cleared 50 and 200 EMAs, as you can see, around 85,000. Next target, 93 to 95,000, just right around here. Okay, it could get there. 93 to 95,000 would be the next area right through here, right? On the weekly, see what that looks like. The weekly actually looks like a beautiful breakout, doesn't it? That's strong. We still have until Sunday, obviously, for this candle to close, all right? But that's a bullish and engulfing candle forming. No real resistance again until 95,000, 95.8 thousand to 97,000. Okay, here more or less where this line is, guys. All right, where this node is right here. Okay, right there. All right, so right through here. Also, this area is right at the call wall, which is where a large number of options, bets, or calls are stacked. Price often gravitates to these areas. Okay, especially during bullish moves. All right, so that this is again a possible target. Okay, numbers to keep in mind. All right, and on the monthly, what a difference! Just things happen so fast in crypto, guys. All right. And that's what it looks like on the monthly. Still in a healthy consolidation structure, no reversal candle. And the RSI, although it is approaching overbought, it still has it's not extreme. Okay, so it's not extreme yet, but it is approaching overbought. Keep that in mind. Let's keep going. So the takeaway is momentum is building and structure supports a grind higher. With options data and technicals lining up, 93 to 95,000 is the most likely magnet. And if we overextend, 97,000 to 100,000 becomes realistic, guys, realistic. And let's take a look at what derivatives and ETF flow data can give us as far as more information, as far as more clarity. Let's put this back on the 1 day. Looks nice, guys. Looks nice. All right, so that's Bitcoin in the short term. Let's take a look at ETFs. For that, we go here to CoinGlass. It's free, and it's got great information. You just got to know how to glean it out. ETF flows. This one I think is easier to see. Look at that. You know, we haven't had a inflow day like that since the 30th of February, where we had 588 million, and yesterday we had 381.3 million. Not too shabby in inflows, guys. Very good. So it's showing institutional bids are still active. Okay, slightly positive again, as we can see right there. Pretty good. Okay, open interest is rising, especially on CME and Binance. So that means leverage is entering the system, something to keep an eye on. Funding rates is neutral to lightly positive. No euphoria yet. That's what that means. But spike risk above 88,000. Okay, so that's a number to keep in mind as well. Liquidation heat map. What does this tell us? Heavy liquidation clusters at 90 and 91.5 thousand, which means the price could accelerate towards those areas. All right. And keep this in mind too. Keep this date in mind. April 26 options expiry. They expire. Max pain is at $80,000. Not drawing price yet, right? Not bringing price to it yet, but options expiry can trigger volatility, especially if open interest is lopsided. All right. So it is possible right around after this time that we do see some type of pullback, some type of correction. So the takeaways, leverage is building under the surface. If ETF flows remain positive and we don't get a flush, we could break higher. But if open interest or funding spikes, watch for a fast liquidation shakeout first. Okay, always got to know what our potential downsides could be, guys. All right, let's take a look at the macro here. DXY, we love this. This thing was inversed. I forget how to inverse the chart. anyways, it would look bullish. It would look extremely bullish, but this is extremely bullish for Bitcoin, guys. DXY crashing through support, no floor until 97,000. Yes, right here at this line. Obviously, this is very bullish for Bitcoin. Gold, let's take a look at gold, which now it seems like today it made all-time high. It's pulled off some from there. All right, 3,500. Okay, it's still near its all-time high, but macro bid remains strong. This chart looks very strong. This is what I want to see Bitcoin looking like in the not too distant future, and it just might be digital gold, right? Stocks, which Bitcoin should have a strong correlation with. Historically, it has. Well, at least they're having green days. Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P 500, right? Green days, but looking like they're consolidating. Recovering slightly, but below EMAs. As you can see, the EMAs are all about here. Okay. They all look the same, so I mean, so let's just look at NASDAQ. I mean, yeah, it's at NASDAQ. And as you can tell, it does look like Bitcoin for now is for now, and I like to say for now because it doesn't all of a sudden just decouple and it stays like that. It does have periods, okay? I've seen anyways. Bitcoin decoupling for now. Yields, the 10 and the 2, real quickly, looking at that. On a green day, pulling back from highs, which means supportive for risk on assets like Bitcoin. So we like what this chart is looking like. I'd like to see this one actually come back down a little bit, maybe go below the CMAs, do something like this down here. But that might be an inverse head and shoulders, so maybe not. All right, let's continue. Segment 4, others. Love this chart, baby. Others, I think is looking good right now. Creeping back up over this, right back into this, and why do I like that? Because that looks nice, doesn't it? What does it look like that's doing? Climbing up this line. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so we want to get back above it and climb up it, break through here. Reclaim trend line, right? We're back here, right? At least this one. We're trying to reclaim this one at 220 billion. Plus horizontal, right? Close. We're on that. It's still under the 50 EMA, right? The 200 is yellow. The 50 is blue. All right, the EMA exponential moving average, but macro view shows strong base around 255 to 260 billion. All right, so a little higher, right around here, more or less where this would be support. All right, the 200 EMA, right through here. All right, and on the volume profile that we can see, 273 billion remains the point of control. Just up here, actually, right here. This thing adjusts and moves a little bit based on how we're looking at it. 273 billion remains the point of control and a high probability magnet zone for an altcoin bounce. So it'll be interesting from here if we can get this. If we could get this area right here, right? We come into this pocket right through here. It could move fast. It could move fast up higher, guys, higher. So things are looking good. It all depends on what Bitcoin does, and you know, for now I'm bullish. Very short term, I'm bullish. This week, I'm bullish, and midterm and long term, I'm extremely bullish, guys. All right. Takeaway: if Bitcoin consolidates after it runs, expect capital to rotate into altcoins. Watch for others to make a run towards 273 billion. What we got right now is at 220. All right. Now let's take a look at the altcoins. My Fantastic Four dogging me. It looks strong. It broke compression triangle, retesting breakout zone. It's a potential launch pad. If we get above this right here, this 305, we could see a move up here, 73 or maybe even higher. Ooh, if it just breaks through, boom, possible. It's been going up, guys. It's been going up, holding strong right there. It looks bullish. It does. We get out of this area right through here. Bye bye. As I've been mentioning, Toshi is probably the second strongest looking chart. Okay. Out of these four, holding support at around well, right here, 3033. Volume profile shows that it's at fair value. Okay, right here, just above this. So if we can start moving up, which it could, if we hold on to this, and I think there's strong support here. This thing moves fast. It just needs a little push. Boom, 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 and it will move fast. Keycat. Let's see what happened here. Maybe this is as low as goes. I do see lower low. I would like to see it push to get to below this. Looks like it is kind of coiling though, right? A big coil and getting smaller. So let's see if it breaks soon. It's got to break past this area right through here though, right? 2037 for me to be bullish on Keycat short term. Midterm and long term, I'm extremely bullish. Megals still in accumulation. Right, early breakout signs from wedge, but it's still way too early. We got to get past all this, and this is the fair value right here at 10 cents. It's at 2, so I mean it's got room. right? Let's see if it can get up there. So the takeaways. Dog and Me has breakout structure. Toshi and KeyCat are holding support. I would say Toshi would be the second strongest chart. And if Bitcoin cools, we could see rotation into these. Miggles is still early stage. All right, so let me wrap it all up nicely for you guys. After that, really quickly, beautiful chart. Looks so nice. It looks like it is coming up to this area, huh? Pretty interesting. We did call that. All right, so confirmed from yesterday's video, the call wall at 95,000 is still attracting the price. DXY and yields are pulling back, which means risk on macro. Others is reclaiming the structure, which means altcoin bounces forming. Okay, eventually that will happen. Contradictions. Any contradictions based on today's data from yesterday? Non-glaring conditions are supportive for upside. New developments. Dog and Me and Toshi are looking primed. They're looking pretty good. BTC dominance is nearing resistance. Eyes on altcoins next. Let's see what happens there. Forecast next 5 to 10 days. BTC likely. This is my likeliest probability at 60%. Bitcoin to 95 to 97,000. This is supported by structure, options, and ETF flows. BTC to 100,000 plus 25% probability. Needs ETF surge plus risk on macro. Drop post expiry, right? Options expiry, the date that I mentioned, 26th, 55% probability. Watch for April 26th to the 30th for Gamma IO unwind. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. I will let you know what happens there. Okay, just keep tuning back in. Others to 273 billion, 50% chance. Bitcoin pause could trigger an altcoin bounce. And Dog and Me Toshi popping, give it a 45% chance. Setup is there. BTC just needs to chill. And I think that's it, guys. That's all I wanted to bring to your attention. Bitcoin has a little bit of room to go. Don't be surprised though if we do see some pullback if we can't pass. I mean, if it breaks right through, oof. And you know, after like about 97,000, it has room to run. If we can break through that, which is strong resistance, it has room to run. That would be where the fair value zone is right there. Cool. Guys, I'll leave it there. If you can, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment. Trying to grow the channel. All that stuff really does help. With all that said, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Peace.